Okay, we got through the installation in the last video, and now what we're going to do is go back into that machine, the one that we just opened up, and we're going to look at it as it's doing its first boot. And the reason we want to do that is it's doing some interesting things that happen before it ever gets connected to the networks. So we're on the machine now. We came in the same way we did before through the back door from Seattle 5. And if we look at it right now, sorry, IPR, we can see that it doesn't have any special network accessibility at all. But if we do a PS and look for a thing called run merge, that is the program. Well, it's not really a program. Well, it is now. It used to be a shell script. Now it's a Python program that actually does the uh, discovery and root setup. So what it does is if we look at the machine itself, we can see we've got WLAN 0 and WLAN 1. There's also ETH0, which could be a factor in this too. But we go around to every neighbor, our immediate neighbors, which would be going out here through WLAN 1 to this machine, the 250.250.221 machine, which is here, the Frognet host on Seattle 5. And it asks it, who are you and who do you know? So it's going to tell us everybody that's in its host table here and what their address is. And we know that we can route to them through this address if we need to. We also know that there are potentially other addresses we can route to, so we'll do those. We'll look and we'll see if we can find it. But eventually, we will end up with a route to every one of those machines, assuming we've got it right. So it's doing it right now. We can see that I now have routes to all of these machines that I didn't have before. So before I only had the route to 250.250 and my own route at 160.160. But now I have routes to all the rest of the machines that are on the network. So I can ping 10.250.250.1, which is my immediate parent, but I can also ping 10.102.60.1, which, okay, I can't ping that yet. There we go. Yes, I can ping it. That's a machine in New York. The reason it's not quite there yet is that it's still doing the run merge, and it'll do that. It's going to take it 4 to 5 minutes usually to complete the merge. And what it's doing is it's going out and testing routes and seeing whether or not anything is there. It's using the .2 addresses. If we look at the IPA, we'll notice that there's 10.160.160.1 and 10.160.160.2. That's true on every single Frognet. Every Frognet has both a .1 and a .2. We use the .1 for carrying traffic. So the .1 is the gateway machine. It is the name server and all the rest of it. But we use the .2 for discovery. So we will make routes all over the place to individual .2 machines in an attempt to find the most effective route for any given address, and we do that automatically as part of discovery. We have to do it anyway so that we can tell whether or not a route is circular. Whether or not it's coming back on ourselves. So as long as we're in there doing that, we may as well choose the one that's best anyway. So if we look at the IPR again, we can see I've got default routes now. So my default route here goes through 10.250.102, right? So my default route out here is going through 250 and not here to my machine, because this one doesn't have a direct internet access point. But what it means is that I can from here do a ping to Google, and it shows up, right? So I've got full internet access and full LAN access. And if I run the MyFrognet monitor here, we can look at the Frognet monitor that's here on Seattle 2 and see that Seattle 6 is back online. Now I can look here and see Seattle 6, and I've got all the same machines that Seattle 2 has. So it's on the entire network. And I can also come down here and choose one of these machines, look up its sensors, and see, for example, the sensor ID is the same. So if I pull up Seattle 2's sensor from here and look up its GPS position, its sensor address, let's see, I'm looking for a date or something like that. Here we go. Sensor address was taken at that time, 2859 000 Zulu. So these two are the same record, right? These are both coming from the transient database, and they are the same record. And they were in fact 2008, 12 is today, and 172859 is about 30 minutes ago. So these are machines that are alive. They're on the same network, and they're sharing the same FrogNet memory. So these machines are up now. The next thing we're going to do in the next video is go through how to do the how to set up the broker and make sure that that's going to work. And after that, that's the last thing you need to do before we bring up the FrogNet communicator. All right. See you in the next one.